All right. So I'm going to go through and show you guys a few different things just to elaborate on what we went through yesterday.
Hey, Jason, real quick. I just wanted to make sure that uh, are you gonna tape this just
Yeah,
in case?
I'm recording it and I'm going to toss it up on
Gotcha.
YouTube and I'll drop you guys the link so you can, if you want to
Per-
go back or you want to, show somebody, this will be kind of like
Perfect.
almost
That's
like,
Okay, man.
perfect. Yeah, I'm going to need that for sure.
yeah, I'll do it almost like it's kind of like a training too, so somebody can just kind of understand the platform. So we'll use this as a tool, and then if we need to, we can do something more professional down the line. But this will be good for your guys' close groups you want to share it with.
Perfect.
All right, so when somebody, let me actually backpedal a little bit just to go to the website, to the main website. So when somebody goes to subscribe, okay, you're going to put in I typed in the wrong username. You're going to type in the username.imarketslive.com. All of this is actually going to change within the next few weeks. So the layout will be different, but the concept will be relatively the same. The site actually somewhat works like a presentation. So as you scroll, you can kind of see, about the company, the different services, the corporate team, and then it goes into some of the products with just some brief descriptions of each major service, and really what it does in 3 bullet points. And then on the bottom, it'll break down the packages. So, the platinum package is the base that I was explaining to you guys yesterday, $225 one time and then $165 per month. And then you can add on these other services, which I'm going to show you guys, these add-ons. That'll be part of what I show you today. So when somebody goes to register, we have everybody start as a customer. And I'll explain the logic behind that. Even if somebody wants to market and build a business, we always have that person start as a customer. That way it fits the proper system that we're trying to build. And again, it's about what duplicates, not about what works. But everybody comes in, you start as a customer, you click register. All right. They fill out just some basic information. The credit card, the name that you register with has to match the name that's on the credit card. That's really the only major thing because of all the changes with Visa and MasterCard. They become really, really, really strict about, the name matching. Actually, I was just flying home from Atlanta a couple of days ago, and my friend booked a flight with his name and his wife's card, and they made him book a new flight. So Visa, MasterCard's like really cracking down on like anti-fraud and stuff. So that's really the only thing. When you come here, you pick a pack. The Elite Starter Pack, $325. The Platinum Starter Pack, $225. If somebody only wants to trade digital currency, crypto, they can choose this pack for $189. So it's a little bit cheaper to start up with. But we only focus on cryptocurrency. And then HFFX is a different pack, mainly targeted towards the Latin American markets. We have a really big group in South America, about 20,000 people in, all the different countries in South America. So that's a little bit of a faster style of trading called binary options, where you basically are playing roulette. It's like, in a sense, buy or sell. It's actually pretty cool, but typically the Latin markets migrate towards that, and everybody else likes Forex a little bit better. More of a cultural thing, actually, than anything. Then they choose their monthly pack. So you can decide at this point, maybe you start with the Elite, but you go to the Platinum monthly, right? So whatever packs you want, you pick it here. You pick your payment method. We take credit card, Skrill, this thing in Africa called Maxi Cash, coin payments, which is if they want to pay with Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. They can also, in South America, use some other payment methods. They fill all this out, bada bing, bada boom. Now you're in. So once you register, okay, now this is my website. So this is registered to my LLC, Global Dynasty Network. You get an ID number up top. You guys can probably see. So your ID number will actually link all the referrals that you directly make back to you specifically. Let me move this. Okay. So this is my customer account. So this isn't my actual IBO account. But I logged into this so I could show you guys the different products and different services. But when somebody signs up as a customer, they're going to log in and see this dashboard. Okay. Now, the main service is the IML Academy. So when you come to the Academy, like right now, I'm currently logged in. But I'll log out real fast and I'll show you guys. It's simple. You go to the website, IML Academy Online, type in the username and password you create, acknowledge this, log in, and now you have access. If somebody stops paying their subscription, their access is cut off. So after the 30 days or after their subscription expires. But this is actually a temporary thing that we put up in the new system that we're launching in about 3 weeks. We have some really cool technology that we're using where people can track their courses. You can pause a video and pick up where you started. We built quizzes. We added like 300 videos. We'll have the most like robust online trading academy, period. And that launches in a few weeks. So pretty excited about that. But for now, you can come to English, Spanish, Portuguese, and German. And these are all basics. So you click and then boom, all the videos are here. Forex 101, 102, 103, so forth and so on. So there's about 30 to 40 basic videos. And then you can move to the technical analysis videos, which are great. These are our most watched videos. So I always tell people, watch the basics first. Then you come over here and you'll understand how to start looking at charts, marking things up, looking at price action. By the time you're done with this course, you'll have a pretty good grip on the fundamentals of trading. And then you can continue to move through the courses if you want, or you can start to migrate to IML TV, which is here. iMarketsLive.tv is the website. I was telling you guys about this a little bit yesterday. Chris Terry, he's the CEO of the company. On Sundays, he does a market mastery class that's free to the public. So we use that as a way to kind of show the value. So you can share that link with people that are looking at the company. And we did that so they can kind of peek in at either Chris or one of the other 7-figure traders. So we only put like our top traders on that call. So this is IML TV. Okay, when you log in, now you pick, the first step is picking your language. We have 12 different languages, 13 different languages. So people around the world are plugging into this. If you guys have friends or connections in, Czech Republic, Belgium or Argentina, we can plug people in, and there's over 100 educators split up between these 13 languages. Now, when you click the language, we even took it another step to divide it into Forex Basics Education, Forex Advanced Education, Crypto Education, and then education specifically targeted towards all the different products that we have, mindset and motivation. We've got a guy here. This guy is a beast. He does Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. motivational calls, so mindset. But let me show you guys a few of these tabs just so you can understand how dynamic it is. So let's say for Forex Basics, we've got people that are starting, they're just learning, they plug in here, and now you have an entire TV guide. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's classes every single day at various times that they can plug into. These are two of the individuals that I've been mentoring for years. And this guy, Mike, is actually one of the people who taught me how to trade. These two were teachers in Trinidad and Tobago. Now they're on, 5 sessions a week. So let's say somebody's following Abel, okay? You click this little button and it pulls you into his channel. There's a live chat box on the side over here. So people can communicate with him, right? They're asking questions while they're on the session. I'm just going to mute out Stubbs. I didn't know if Stubbs, you were trying to ask a question. My bad. I just muted it out. I didn't know. But if you see here, all these people are logging into the session. They're asking questions, and then he's on there giving that feedback. There's also an FAQ that they fill out so people can understand, a little bit about them. He's got his favorite videos that you can pick. And then he's got recorded videos here up in the top right, so you can database all of the classes that you might have missed. This platform alone is probably worth a couple $100 a month, to be completely honest. Like, you have this, what I just showed you for one guy, times 110 or something like that. So IML TV is really where the big value is. These guys have files that they upload down on the bottom, so you can look at some of their PDFs that they recommend. Like, this is really robust, and this is just the basics. Then you come over here to Forex Advanced, and look at how many educators there are teaching. I mean, there's like 10 to 15 sessions a day, if not more. So you have, like, look at all these educators. Unbelievable. And these guys are just guys and girls. They're just on teaching and sharing. So really a pretty incredible platform. And I'll show you guys how this all ties into some of the tools. This is, I'll spend a couple more minutes on the products. I want to just like really be able to show you some of the fleet, so to speak. And then I'm going to get in and show you guys the marketing side as well. But I think it's just important to, let me see, make sure I get into this. Okay, so this is one of our proprietary softwares. And what we did was we took a few of the techniques that people use when trading, and we created a tool that could look at the minute 15. So each one of these candles represents a different time frame. So you got the minute 15 charts, or you've got like the hour charts, which is more for day trading. So we'll just click on one just to show you. USD for the Canadian dollar. So I click it, and now what these two yellow triangles are telling you is that we expected the market to start to move in a bullish direction. So we expected, based off a few different factors, the market to make a push up. And what did it do? You look here, it called at the D. So at the D point, it was a buy. If you had entered a buy at that moment, you would have gone up with your trade from D all the way up to here, which is a very significant move. Even on a small account, somebody could have made maybe 9 to 10% on this move, on just one move, with very conservative risk management. So this is just one of the tools. We have like 7 or 8 different tools that are similar to this. And the only thing you need to know is, if you want to learn how to use the harmonic scanner, you get on IML TV. And these are all the people teaching live 7 days a week on the harmonic scanner and the different strategies people use to execute with that tool. So we've done that with the scanner, the web analyzer, which is another tool. We've got a number of educators teaching on it 7 days a week. Gold Cup and all the products basically have their own education that's taking place, which is amazing in my opinion. So the products are really great, and that's important for us. Even if you guys don't care about trading, or you don't want to actually learn yourself, but you want to plug people in, it's good to know that, people have a real service that they're paying for, not just, oh, let me sign up a bunch of people and make money. Because, yeah, that's great, and it works. But what works even better is when people join something and they see value because they stay. And then we can really build something, that'll create real income. So that's the product. If you guys want, I can, you can unmute, or I can unmute everybody. If you have any questions, actually, yeah, let's do that to see if you guys have any questions before I jump into anything else.
What's the retention rate?
It varies from group to group. You got to think about company-wide, about 89% of the company is customers. Out of that, the retention varies. I have some groups that the retention is maybe 75 to 80% month after month. And then I have some groups that it's like 50%. And I guess it really just comes down to,
If they're making money.
no, well, yes, yeah, of course. But also what message they're telling people to get them to sign up, right? You got to think, you've got an 18-year-old kid in college who's like, yo, man, tells his boy, hey, join this. You know, we're going to get rich. We're going to make money. You're going to make, you know, $500 your first month. Kid makes zero. He's definitely going to quit. Kid makes $100. He might even quit, you know?
Right.
You've got other people who are building it, telling people, look, give this thing 90 to 180 days or 60 days and just like really dive in. And obviously people want to make money, but I try to build it in the beginning, you know, oh yeah, come in, make money. And it was like a revolving door. So we've changed the message and it's helped change our retention rate. It does change the audience a little bit, but you know, we've got a really good variety of white, black, Spanish, you know, young, old men, women. We've got a really big melting pot. So it works. It's just really about the message that starts to duplicate from the top.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, the message is always, if I'm not making money, I can't spend the money. So at some point, it comes down to the money.
Yeah. And the thing that I try to just broaden people's perspective on is what people pay for education. I mean, you know, Jordan's a little different because he can dunk from when he was like 12. But you know, most people like me, I paid for college 25,000 a year. So 100K. And I knew that I wasn't even going to make money for the first 4 years. Right. So I think if we just like, we've gotten better at just framing people to understand that this isn't a bill. This shouldn't be something that you look at as like, oh, let me try it, because it's not worth it. No, like the odds of somebody making their money in the first month is just down to luck. I don't want people to think this is a casino, you know, that's kind of irresponsible, especially with you guys. I just want to make sure we set the right expectation because, you know, Mike and Jordan are blood, and I don't want to give them a bad impression or the wrong impression just because I know what the potential is, you know.
So it's being pushed more. It's more towards education. That's really what it is. The way you want to frame it.
Correct. And then we can tell people, but, you know, plug into the tools, plug into the, you know, the different softwares and the different products and find something that works and run with it. Because the web analyzer last month did a collective 9,000 pips. So let me actually show you this. That's Anthony, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm sure I want to educate everybody. I want to show you this because this will help. So in Forex, this is the unit. This is how we measure. Okay. So you have something called a pip. This is really simple to understand, but it'll be like an aha moment for everyone. So this is how the money's made in trading. Okay. So you have something called a pip. And the pip is, let's say the euro this morning opened at 120,000, right? So we work in units of measure by 6. So 5 over from the decimal point. So let's say euro opens up at 120,000 and closes at 120,500. Okay, this right here. Find the tool. Son of a bitch. Why does it work? There you go. Okay, this right here. Those zeros are the pip. Okay, so we moved. So that's a pip. The one to the right of it is a micro pip. So 10 of these equals 1 of these. So with this trade, if we bought the euro, buy euro USD at 1.2000 and it finishes at 12000 or 120,500, like that. We increased by 50 pips. All right, now, before you enter the trade, there's something called a lot size. So just like if we were to go play blackjack and I've got 10 grand and you've got 100, and we're like, all right, we're going to risk 10% per hand. That's the goal. And I put down $1,000 per hand. You're betting 10,000 per hand. Dealer breaks. You make 10,000. I make 1,000. Same exact outcome, but because you had more on it, obviously you make more, right? So with lot sizes, you have a micro lot, a mini lot, which is like, you could call it a penny or 10 cent or $1, but the real terminology is this. So I'll give it to you. Micro, mini, and standard. Now, a micro lot is 10 cents per pip. A mini is $1 per pip. and a standard is $10 per pip. So now let's say I tell everybody on this call, all right, guys, you got money in your trading account. Let's buy the euro. And Jordan puts a 0.01. Okay, 50 pips. Jordan's going to make $5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say I've got 10 cents on it. I'm going to make 50.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you've got a standard. Obviously, you're going to make $500 on that trade. So it's the same exact trade. The only variable is the lot size that you risk before you go into the trade. That's literally with Forex. That's the multiplier. So
what's the dollar amount considered in a micro pip, a mini, and a standard? Does it equate to $1 or does it?
Yeah. So here's this, but I think what you're asking is this: what do we typically like say recommend? I tell people 0.01 per 250 to 500. That is like really good risk management. So if somebody or 0.01 per 100 is even good. I'm sorry. 0.01 per 100 is fine. This is taking me back to when we were doing automated trading. That was my go-to because it's very risky. But when somebody with these tools, a lot of the times before we go into a trade, you might get a signal that says buy euro at 12000, take profit at 120500, and stop loss at 19975, whatever, 19750. So maybe your stop loss, your risk to reward is 2-1. So your target is 50 pips, but your stop loss is 25. So Jordan is risking $2.50 on a $100 account. He's risking 2.5%. That's what I try to teach people. Not to trade for money, but to trade based on percentage risk.
Always percentage.
Bingo. That's the really, like yesterday we were asking when we were talking about, well, how much money can somebody make? That's why I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, you know what? Let's just pull out this whiteboard on Zoom tomorrow. So I
actually meant what percentage can they make on their money? Because everything goes by percent always.
Bingo.
Right? I mean, yeah.
Now,
so, if you're risking $10, what can I make? What percentage can I make on my? It's irrelevant what you risk, and it's irrelevant what you spend. Only thing that's relevant is the percentage you make.
Exactly. Perfect. So now understanding that.
Right. I got that. I did have one question from yesterday, and it doesn't pertain to what we're doing right now, which is very interesting. So you can keep going. The only thing the question I had was on the recruiting people end, right? It's you said it's $225 one month, it's $325 the other month. What is the percentage we make off the people that we retain? We get.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. On the trading side, I think we covered the basics. And then I'm going to go in and I'm actually going to break down the entire payout structure for you. Like cut and dry.
That's what I wanted to know.
Numbers, everything. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So before we make that transition, when it comes to like the trading and the money, do any of you guys have any questions at all about what's on there?
I love this, by the way. I'm learning a lot right now.
Yeah. And
so am I.
When we get rocking, I will personally do like what we'll do is we'll create kind of like an inner circle or something, figure out who's the core, and I'll get on and I'll do like a really in-depth training for everyone who's actually going to be a customer. So at least you guys have all the proper information.
Yeah, because this is even something I can explain to some of the kids that would be looking to actually be a customer.
Yeah, and I paired Jordan up so for the younger group of people that I know, Jordan's friends, they're gonna be like they're gonna relate a lot to the group that I linked Jordan up with. These guys are all young and they're killing it in trading, like 6-figure traders. So
and the mentors are there all the time. Like my friends have called them like on several occasions at random times, and they're always there to pick up the phone and help them out.
That's great. That's important.
Yeah, and that's why I linked Jordan up with these guys because they're traders first, that group, and they're building, but secondarily, which is great because they're going to be able to put that like hands-on trading mentorship in. And when it comes to building, me and my business partner just surpassed, like became top 10 in the world on the marketing side. So I got you guys there. That's easy for me. The trading will be more hands-on with the products and the education. So we'll be able to scale this thing all the way.
Yeah.
All right. So let me do this. I'm gonna jump into the payout. So I'm just gonna start driving on the packs and how all that works. All right. So let's look at this. All right. So let's just keep it as simple as there's 2 starter packs. Okay. I'm not gonna go into the other 2. It'll become more confusing. And to be honest, we'll cross that bridge if we ever get to it. I don't think we really even need to focus on that. If somebody wants to only trade cryptocurrency, then we can offer them that pack and just say, hey, if you want to trade Bitcoin, sign up for the crypto pack. Done deal. These are the 2 starter pack options. Okay. Elite is $325, and then it goes to $275 per month. And Platinum is $225. And then it goes to $165 per month. Okay, so that's the denominations for the packs. What are the differences? Essentially, Platinum, you get access to the Academy, which I showed you guys, IML TV, the harmonic scanner. Okay, that's pretty much the access. The Elite pack, you get access to all of the products besides the crypto swipe coin. I think that's the only one that's not in there. That's not included. So somebody can come in and get the entire suite of what we offer for an extra $100. Essentially, we book everything together at a little bit of a discounted rate, so that if you want everything, you have like the all access pass. If you want the basic, the Academy, the TV, and the harmonic scanner, then you go with the Platinum package, and you can add with the Platinum, you can a la carte any of the other services. So let's say, Jordan and the group really like the web analyzer. They can add that for $22 a month, and, that then they're paying $187 a month or whatever. Now the packs, they translate into volume. Okay. So this will start to get into the compensation plan. The Elite pack pays out $50 up front. So $50 to the direct referral. So if you refer somebody on the Elite pack, you get $50 one time. If you refer somebody on the Platinum pack, you get $35 one time. I'm just going to put one time and one time. Now, if you move through the ranks, they also pay you for your 2nd and 3rd level of referrals. So for the Platinum package, let's say one of the ranks, and I'll get into the, actually, I'll come back to that when I get to the ranks, because it'll be a little confusing if I do it in this order. So I'll come back to this in a minute, but you can actually make the one-time referral bonuses on on your referrals 3 levels deep, which is cool. So if you bring in a bunch of great people on your first line, you're going to get paid for them, everybody you sponsor. But we also allocated some extra money in the payout to your 2nd level. So if I bring Jordan into the business and Jordan refers 100 of his friends, I might make $10 on each one of those referrals that he makes, while he's making 35. So we just put a 2nd and 3rd layer on the fast start bonuses, which is cool. I mean, it adds up. If you're bringing in a bunch of heavy hitters, I mean, it's for me, it's a couple $100 a week extra in just those referrals. And honestly, I don't even know any of the people. They're just, they're coming in, which is cool. So that's just the one-time bonuses. That's not really what's appealing. I mean, it's great. It's good money. It adds up. It's good. But at the end of the day, the real appeal is right here in the weekly residual. Okay. So we are one of the only companies in the direct sales space that pays a weekly residual. How it works is like this. The IML week goes from Tuesday, so Tuesday at 12:01 a.m. So as soon as the day becomes Tuesday, so today's a brand new week, start of a brand new week, till Monday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, we calculate whatever rank or whatever commissions you finish in that week. Okay, so that's an IML week for pay. Whatever happens, so yesterday was August 26th, right? The close of a week. So whatever you've done and collected in that week, you get paid 2 Fridays from then. So the payout will be September 6th. So close September 6th, you get paid. So if you guys come in, let's say you sign up a bunch of people this week, you'll get paid for whatever you did on the 13th, which is great. So we have basically an 11-day process because there's a 7-day refund. We do a 7-day refund policy. So after that 7 days is clear, we take a couple days to calculate the commissions, and boom, we pay out. Now on the weekly residual, this is how it works. A customer can refer 2 customers, and they're free. So when, I'll just show you this way. So let's say, all right, this is Jordan refers his first customer, Alex, second customer, Brian. Okay, now for, let's say Jordan started August 25th. These guys started August 27th and September 20th. Now, because they both paid their subscription in Jordan's 30-day subscription window, the system on September 24th is going to look and say, okay, Jordan has his 2 referrals. Jordan is free for the entire month of September until his next subscription in October. If those 2 people pay their September subscription and their October subscription, then he's going to be free again. So the system just looks for 2 people that paid. Now, during that process, the only thing to know is that Jordan, in the month when he's free, he's going to count for 0 volume up in the tree. So if somebody's free, they obviously don't count for volume because we can't pay on a sale that doesn't happen. But this is one of the biggest keys to retention, because you might be able to get a couple referrals out of a customer who would normally not even sell or talk to anybody. They're just like, hey, I'm down to do this. I don't want to build a team. I just want to trade. Awesome. But what if you wanted to get it for free? So that was kind of the reasoning behind it. And also with the FTC a couple years ago, to basically knock all the Ponzi schemes and all the BS that was happening out of the loop, they've created a rule that a company must have 55% customers. So we decided to build the business so we would have nearly 90% customers. And I think we have the biggest customer base in the entire direct selling association in the world. Like we have, like what we have with customers is literally, it's unheard of. And a lot of companies have started to like try to model what we've done. So it keeps us safe with the government because, they're pretty strict when it comes to this stuff. But if you're on their good side, it's a very good thing. And we've been in business now for 6 years. So part of that success has come from us doing it this way. So yeah, everybody starts as a customer. The first step is really to get it for free. After that is when the fun starts. So let me show you guys how we pay. So we build a 3-leg structure, and we have what's called like the platinum ranks. This is for the weekly. So this is the weekly residual. So platinum 150 is 3 referrals, 3 direct referrals. Okay. So if somebody were to sign up 3 people, we're going to pay you the bonuses, the one-time bonuses of, 35 or 50, depending on what they got. But we're also going to pay you $37.50 per week residual. So if somebody comes in and they make 3 sales, they're making $150 back plus the bonuses from the people that they brought in. So if somebody comes in and they refer 30 people their first month, they could make $300 or so, around 300, which is sick because you pay $225 to get started. You might even have a little bit of a profit before your next subscriptions due. You're making this money. But the IBOs, once you become, so in order to access, I should have told you guys this, in order to access the weekly residual, you have to become an IBO. It's another one of the FTC rules that you have to separate the builders from the customers. So you can't like manipulate or cheat the system. So you pay $15 to the system. It basically indicates that you are an IBO, that you're building the business. Now you're 1099. You have all the benefits of a business owner, tax write-offs, deductions, which honestly, to educate young people on that stuff is badass because they can join and they can claim the business as a loss for the first couple years and be trading, and they can claim trading as a loss. Like once we get into the taxes stuff, it gets crazy. Everybody should be doing this because it just makes sense. So you become an IBO. Now you're officially a business owner. You're partnered with the company and you can earn, but you can't get the product for free. So if you want the services, they have to pay the monthly subscription. But again, if you're not going to be building past 2 people, just stay as a customer and get it for free. If you're going to build a team, you got to pay to play. So with Platinum 150, you have 3 referrals. You're making $37.50 per week. That's cute. This is what I get everybody. This is what everybody gets excited about. I've sat with multimillionaires and they're like, okay, when they saw this, now they want to build. I probably spelled referrals. Yeah, I don't know how to spell. How do you spell? Who knows? You don't have to be smart to make money, right? Words always look weird when you're spelling them out. Yeah, there you go. It's 2 R's. That's what I thought. Okay, so you got 12, but these are not direct. These are not direct referrals. This is also your group. If somebody builds a group of 12, they only need 2 personally enrolled customers out of that 12. And they're making $150 per week residual, $600 a month. Okay, now here's what I mean by this. So we build 3 legs, okay? So if, let's say Anthony comes in, Anthony, you refer your friend Rob. Rob brings in 3 customers. On this leg, now you have 4 paying customers. This leg, you bring in Tony. Tony gets his 2, so you've got 2 paying customers. Tony's now free. You bring in Michelle. She brings in 1 customer, so you have 4. And then you bring in Mary, and she's by herself. So you have 5 paying customers here. Okay, 5 on this leg, 4 on this leg. And let's say you have 3 here, A, B, and C, whatever. You have 12 paying customers. 2 of them are personal customers. You're going to make $150 every week that you qualify, plus the $35 and $50 one-time bonuses for when people sign up for the first time. So you build a group, maybe you bring in 3, 4 people, 5 people, maybe you bring in all 12. I don't know. But the company basically says, look, you bring in 12 customers and it's divided up either 4, 4, and 4 or 5, 4, and 3. And this works if you're paying for product, okay? So you have to be paying the subscription to get the 5, 4, and 3. You bring 4, 4, and 4 or 5, 4, and 3, we're going to pay you $600 a month. Now you're in profit. And that to me is a big deal, obviously. If you have people outside of the US, that's a full-time income. That's why we've been able to build so big in Africa and South America, because we've got people in Colombia, Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, that the average income is $200 a month. And they're doing IML full time, making $600, $700 a month plus, a couple $100 trading. they're like rich. It's crazy actually. So in the US for college kids, Platinum 600, big deal. They can take that money, and the vision I try to paint is take that money, put a little bit aside, pay your subscription, and then put some money in your trading account. So now you're not trading with your own money, you're trading with your profits, and that's how wealthy people get wealthy. It's all cash flow quadrant. So like true wealth creation. So from here, okay, it gets crazy. So Platinum 1000 is 30 customers in your group, okay? So you're allowed to have 40% on one leg. So 40% of 30 is 12. So if somebody has 12 customers on one leg, 12 customers on one leg, 6 on the other, you start making $250 a week, $1,000 a month. 30 people for $1,000 a month, that's wild. That's the reason, one of the reasons why the marketing side for our company is exploding, because the product works and the compensation plan is like second to none. My buddy's dad was in Amway for like 30 years and has like hundreds of customers and literally doesn't make any money at all. And we just changed up the game completely. So Platinum 2000, 75 customers, 30, 30, and 15 is the distribution. It doesn't have to be perfect, by the way. I can go through that with you guys. It could be like 25 customers on one leg, 25 on the other, etc. It doesn't have to be perfect. But you're making 500 a week, 2,000 a month. Then it just keeps going. So Platinum 5,000, 225 customers. It's $1,250 a week, 5 Gs a month plus bonuses. And then you get to the 6-figure positions. So Chairman 10 is 500 customers, 2,500 a week, 10 grand a month. We have about 200 people in our company at this level. Okay. It goes to 25, which is 1,250 customers. So this is bigger vision stuff. I just want to show you guys what's out there because we have people at every level. This is 25 grand a month plus bonuses. So this typically pays out about 30K a month, 1,250 customers. This one pays out about 12K a month after bonuses. You've got Chairman 50, which is 2,500 customers at 12,500 a week, 50K a month, which is typically about 60. Okay. Then it goes to Chairman 100, which is 5,000 customers. And we have about 12 people earning. This is 25 grand a week. And it comes out to about 100 to 115. It's about 115K to 120K per month. And we've got, I think, 10 or 11 people at Chairman 100 or above. Chairman 250. There's one guy here from Costa Rica, actually, which is wild. 15,000 customers. He's at 62,500 a week. $250,000 a month plus bonuses brings you to about 300. And then this is the last rank for now, 30,000 customers. There's 2 people, 125K a week, 600K per month. And it's me and my business partner, Matt, and then this other gentleman, David Imonitier. So there's 2 people at this level. So every rank in the compensation plan has been built before. Like there are people at every single rank actively. They actually have to they're adding Chairman 750, which will be almost $1 million a month. And then Chairman 1000, which will be like 1.5 mil per month. And that'll be around 75 to 100,000 customers. So still honestly, like it seems big, but in the big retrospect, there's like 2 billion people on Facebook, so it's, even though it seems big, it's still not like out of reach. But we're talking 0.01%. We'll even.
How many people are in this educational space?
In the company?
No, in the space that you have right now, which is education. I'm assuming that's how you frame it, right? How many people, how many companies are out there that offer something like this? Not your payouts.
0. Okay, so in the Forex education world, a majority of what exists is in 2 sectors. The first sector is online courses and academies. There is a company called Online Trading Academy their base package starts off at a few $1,000s, but their goal, so we had one of the guys come over from there. They're like the biggest one. We had a guy come over from there. Their goal is to bang out every person for their $25,000 to $50,000 package. So a lot of what's out there on a more institutional level that targets older people that are retired or that have, some money and want to play around, they're just trying to get 10 to 50 grand from each person. On the more I would call it like the retail side, we're more of a retail distribution and subscription service. There's really not another company. Over the past couple of years, a few others have entered the MLM space and tried to create a competitive product, but they've all gone out of business within 6 to 12 months because we have 100 educators on payroll. You can make a compensation plan, but if the products suck, people are going to quit, So in reality, we really don't face in trading education when it comes to Forex, really any competition. To be honest, having the background that I have and that Chris has of just, coming from New York, New Jersey, Italian, we like to compete and we don't really like to even have competition. So what we've done over the past couple of years is just find the people that were out there with their own trading companies and basically just bring them into the family. So a lot of the people that are on the platform have their followings, maybe had their own little company or their own little trading thing, and we just pulled them in, made them an offer they couldn't refuse type deal, So a lot of them are just here as part of the squad.
Got it. So basically, you're alone in this space.
I like to stay humble, but yeah, basically, there's just really nothing. I always challenge people to go out and find it because I'm always curious to see what else is out there. But
the reason why I ask is because you know how people shop around. They're like shopping for cars. They're always looking for a cheaper way. I just wanted to know what the competition was based on the platform you have.
No, it's a great question, honestly, because, when you go into any business, market share is obviously a really, really big factor. And I'm sure over the next 10 years, somebody will rise and challenge us to some extent. But I always tell people, because I get that question, and the very real answer, not because I'm in the company or whatever, the very real answer is it's taken us 6 years to build to where we're at. We've had to work through the ego, the inconsistent products and services. Like we've had to fail a lot to get to where we're at now, which is at an amazing place. I haven't heard a complaint about our products in months, which is unbelievable. I'm sure they're out there, but I just haven't heard them.
Right.
So, it's going to be hard for anybody to enter the space and offer as much value as we can for $200. Our payroll is $500,000 a month for these educators. So like, how is somebody gonna, so I feel very confident that our market share with the different languages is just very, very limited to competition.
Great. That's a big question because I know people and you do too. People always search. They always want the cheaper way.
Yep. Especially,
which is not always good because this is a good product. I haven't used it, so I don't know. I'm basing it off of what you just said. It seems like a good product.
Yeah, it is. And we've got some of the guys, I was just telling, we have this group in New York, and I think, I've traveled all around, and I think building anything in New York is either a hit or a miss. There's no in between. It's either 0 or 100. And this guy right here, if you guys can see my screen, Manny Quinones, he's from the city. He's an absolute beast, and he's got about 2,000 people in New York right now that are all trading, and they're crushing it. And they've built a system because you have to be on point. That, especially, you can go out to Alabama and they don't have anything to do anyway. So they're like, all right, cool. This is great. We can make some money. I'm down. You go to New York and there's opportunity literally every single day for people to hustle, whatever. But these guys have really perfected it, and it's helped us, also grow the system for the company because of, just what they've put in place to kind of stand out. So
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have any other questions.
I have another question. So they're on the site, right?
Everybody else you guys are muted out, just so you know. I don't know if they're trying to talk or not, but go ahead, Ant.
I have no idea, but I'm not muted. I'm never muted.
You're good.
One other quick question. So I have a grasp on what it is. It's an educational site. So now they buy it. They add the subscription. They're getting educated on how to trade. They have to go to a broker. Do you suggest anybody on the site for them to go to in order to start?
So we're legally we're not allowed to do that. But if you look here, we partnered with 7. Well, I can't say that we didn't partner with them, but we offer 7 different brokers on the harmonic scanner to look at their prices, because sometimes each broker could have a slight variance in the price pattern for each specific pair. So if somebody's using Hugo's Way, so like this broker is right now one of the most popular. It's called Hugo's Way. And it's really easy to set up. They offer really good 1 to 500 leverage, 10 minutes for your deposit. You can use Zelle Pay or Bitcoin for money in. You could take Bitcoin out. So people like to use it because it's easy to navigate. And
what's the rip they take? No, typically.
It depends. It depends on the trading style. The commission is nothing significant because you do it on a trade by trade basis, and it goes based upon the lot size that you pick, but it's very small. The only thing to be aware of is what's called the swap fee. And their swap fees are pretty respectable. The swap fee is because at 5 p.m. Eastern, the market switches over. And so it's like the end of the market day. And if you carry a trade past that period, you get a little swap. It's like a tariff, of like, all right, you're holding the trade past the Monday into Tuesday. Okay, you have a swap fee. And usually those are still manageable. For swing traders, it doesn't matter. If you're day trading, maybe you're in and out of the trade from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. anyway, if you're trading New York session. So their fees are very, very, very reasonable, though.
And that was another question I had. Typically, how long are you spending? I mean, you can spend obviously as long as you want in front of the computer trading, but typically, if you want to be in and out, are you there for 10 hours, 5 hours?
No, not at all. To be real, if I were telling you guys, like, to me, the perfect game plan, this is my boy. So this is a really good friend of mine, Dre, Lex Waves. He's actually from New York. He's in New York City. He's a beast, and he trades the New York session Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. That is when the New York market opens. So the US dollar, gold, the Canadian dollar, all of it. And usually that also kicks the euro into action to some extent as well. You could trade with him for an hour a day if you wanted to. If somebody could put in an hour a day and be effective on this. Like very genuinely. Oren Wright is another guy who's from New York. Such a great, he's probably the most professional guy we have. He's one of the managers. Lisaldo, also from New York. But he's a Met fan, so whatever.
So you're actually following what these guys do? Is that what it is, basically?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, I get on, and I mean, all the customers get on, and you just follow. I mean, some of these guys have thousands of people watching them on a day-to-day basis. Just trade for an hour.
Hey, Jason, are we able to? Is there any interaction that we could have with them, or is it just we're going to sign in and see what they're up to?
No, let me see.
Then just watch.
What's today, Tuesday? Let me see. I feel like there might be somebody live. Okay, so up here, you can click on live channels and look at how many people. There's 6 people live right now. So look at this, Picasso. Check this out. So this is our crypto. He's an 8-figure trader. He's live right now. So I'll show you guys what's happening. He's going through probably Bitcoin.
So because of the lag. But then the next day or 2 days that it happened, I wasn't looking to take the trade and the market made the movement. and I actually made the move and stopped.
Now you can see over here on the right side, there's a chat box.
And but
so
the move,
see it?
Was wait for like 3-4 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
What I'm talking
It's
about.
a great feature.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The way it's working. Okay, first I want to explain what arbitrage is. Now, arbitrage doesn't really exist too much anymore because there's a lot. Everything's computerized now. There's a lot of individual trading. People trade.
So you see this on the side, like people are always asking them questions.
It just doesn't.
Managing trades, talking about trades. So he may be on here before giving charts.
Arbitrage because like I'm just in my 11th.
But it's like real true education. Look at what he's going through right now. Teaching people how to trade from exchange to exchange. Pretty badass. Now let me see if I can. These guys are great. Let me see if they're actually looking at a chart so you guys can see.
You're listening to Chill Your Mind Radio. Wait.
All right, so they're just starting, so they'll go live in 2 minutes.
Every step that you would take, I would walk the other way.
So now you've got like this German guy over
Was
here.
that an Anthony remix I just heard?
You got to get on there, bro. Look at this guy. So he sets up.
Das heißt, wir haben eine richtige Reichweite. Wir haben definitiv einen Bereich. Wenn was passiert ist, dass wir hier viele Trades hatten, die nicht funktionierten und dann hier oben mit 78 Punkten dann ausgestoppt worden sind und der Markt dann geschwappt.
Dude, this is so cool, man. Like this guy teaches. I mean, so all these guys are teaching different languages, and I mean, they're crushing it, and it's all day. So think about like the system. You can log your customers in and plug them into the system, and you don't have to teach people how to trade, but you can get paid for the referral. It's what we've aimed to really, master in a couple of years. Let me see if anybody else. I think Stubbs is muted. Stubbs, I don't know if you have any questions or not.
No, I'm just listening. They're answering good questions. They're asking good questions.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going